सेवा विद हरतीरथ, टेक वन।
AIB से लेकर रणवीर सिंह तक, अर्जुन कपूर तक सबसे बेइज्जती करवाई है इन्होंने. We have a special person joining us today. Abish, आज we've spent some fabulous time with a bunch of kids from the Dharavi Art Foundation.
बीच में से भी निकल सकता है, पर एक रूल होता है ना, अगर रिवर्स नहीं आ सकता, रिवर्स नहीं आ सकता।
तीनों निकला बच्चा गया पानी में, पकड़ी उसकी नानी ने।
अरे भागना पड़ेगा।
स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लानिंग।
रेडी 1 3 क्या बोलते हैं? सेवा का मतलब क्या है? हॉस्पिटल में कुक करना है।
देना
हाँ
और उनको कहीं पे भी लेके जाने के लिए बुजुर्ग लोग वहाँ पे रहते हैं।
हाँ
और उनके हेल्प करने का ज़्यादातर, क्योंकि बीमार रहते हैं।
हाँ
वो
हाँ बताइए।
आदिवासी इलाके में
हाँ उधर कैसे करते हैं?
उधर मतलब वहाँ पे मतलब उनका सर्विस अवेलेबल नहीं होता ना।
हाँ
How does it feel? Because this is different from what you usually do. You believe in monetary donations, while I believe that spending time should be at the top of the list. लग क्या रहा है, मतलब how do you feel?
बिगिनिंग से जब when you had asked ये करेंगे, I think we were interacting for a long time कि कैसे करें इसको. And I don't know how it's been with others, but मेरे साथ I think I was very sure कि सेवा when you give time, is that the best or is that the minimal? But I think today, I think even I feel like organizations को time देना, volunteering, सेवा करना is of course right on top because I think it impacts more. You don't see it as much, but it does. But अगर आप वो नहीं कर सकते हो, you have to, according to me, a life choice is कोई ना कोई organization या फिर कोई people that you know are helping, please look at what they're doing and अगर आपके पास time ना हो, then you have to donate something. Like we were discussing, right? 10% of your income, you are supposed to give back to the world.
The concept is called Daswand basically, where 10% of your profits are supposed to go to charity and 10% of your time as well.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know, religious leaders, prophets or gurus have experienced it, which is why they've made it a mandate. Yeah, this is how, you know, our gurdwaras are so sustainable. This is why you probably see the Sikh community at the forefront of Seva, because compulsion है, we don't have any option, you know, we have to take out our time and our money.
Even while growing up, no, मम्मी ने भी यही बोला था कि 10% अपना जो भी इनकम है चर्च को देना, तो पहले हम वो करते थे. In your head at least वो कहीं तो जा रहा है. सेवा से मेरा initially I think नाता काफी different था, because मेरा perspective ही सेवा पे था कि आप राइट हैंड से जो कर रहे हो लेफ्ट हैंड को नहीं पता होना चाहिए. तो आप सेवा करो, किसी को बताओ मत. बट देन आई थिंक हिमांशु से एक बार जब बात हुई थी, हिमांशु ने बोला था कि इफ यू आर डूइंग दिस, अगर आप बाकी लोगों को भी बताओ तो मे बी दे फील इंस्पायर्ड. सो आई थॉट अगर मैं एक्सेल शीट और फंड्स भेज दूँ जिसके अंदर से आई एम होल्डिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल अकाउंटेबल एंड माई सेल्फ अकाउंटेबल कि ये सही जगह जा रहा है, वेयर इट्स गोइंग, आपको पता है कि वो हेल्पफुल है, दैट वर्थ और दैट वैल्यू. और मेरा ओन टाइम फॉर मी वाजंट एज वैल्यूएबल, सो मे बी दैट्स व्हाई सेवा for me wasn't as valuable. Then I realized today कि बहुत मजा आया उन लोगों ने. I think the kids also said कि you told the kids
I
today,
told
no?
the kids.
What did you tell them?
I was like कि I'll be here again, we'll be here again, and they had that spark in their eyes कि यार वापस आएंगे.
I think आपका emotional range काफी wide है, right? So you are able to sense that, like when you were saying about बच्चों को जब बोल भी रहे थे कि kindness and making someone smile, that is also seva. It's a harder pill for me to swallow because हम हंसाने के पैसे लेते हैं. So in my head I'm like, okay, they laugh, but how will they benefit out of just a laughter or a good day of a picnic? Because मेरा दिमाग में था कि sustainable होना चाहिए. So it automatically goes towards donation funding. But I think today was slightly different. Feels like कुछ तो इम्पैक्ट हुआ, वरना ये बच्चे जो फोन पे लग सकते हैं अपने या अपने काम में लग सकते हैं, उनको क्यों इतनी एक्साइटमेंट होगी? It'll take me time, but it's a good start.
We've started the journey.
I've started the journey कि giving time is not worse than supporting financially, but like you said, maybe that is the most important thing.
So आज we did सेवा, which was quite different. Perception बना हुआ कि यार राशन किट दोगे, लंगर दोगे, that is only Sewa. But today we had a meal and we also played a lot of games जो मैंने आज तक बचपन में नहीं खेली. And we were joined by Abish, who obviously चार चांद लगा दिए थे. You know, he adds his sense of humor there constantly. मैं बुजुर्ग हो गया हूँ यार. Abish added his energy. तो कहीं ना कहीं I think we've had an amazing day, a beautiful day. We've realized that spending time and spreading happiness is also Sewa.
That's really nice. I feel like it'll be a perfect episode because time, Sewa, but I'm also at the backs of it, following what I do, what I believe in, and also feel like age group का भी है. अगर आप 20 onwards, अगर आपका age group है, if you have the time, you have the passion, a lot of people and the energy, of course, then Sewa करो because I think that experience that you get makes you a holistic person. आप एक कुछ, I think you come out better. Could you tell me what it was also so that मैं भी समझ पाऊँ, so that everyone watching also, हमारे perspective different है but हमारा goal same है. And I feel like दोनों तीनों सारी चीजें चाहिए. And I felt like that's why I was very happy with today's day.
So I'll give you a different perspective. For an organization, there are two main pillars. Volunteers and donations. Both work parallelly. Volunteers is basically time जो लोग दे रहे हैं अपना. अगर एक भी pillar हट जाता है, you know, we can't be sustaining anything. We can't be doing a project. So it's equally important. ऐसा नहीं कि एक ऊपर एक नीचे, both go hand in hand.
You're right actually. Why am I looking at it up and down? अगर मैं बोलूँ दोनों ही important है और अभी तक bare basic अगर ये कर सकते हैं, then why not give time? And it is tougher to give time, to be honest. It's easier to
because donation है, घर पे बैठे बैठे कर दिया hemkundfoundation.com/donate now 80G receipt मिल गया, खत्म. You know, your job is done. But on ground it takes a toll on your body and your mental health as well. Plus बुजुर्ग हो गए तो एनर्जी काफ़ी लगती है हमारी. तो I mean both of us will be agreeing on this कि यार भाग भाग के थक गए
आज तो दोनों को एज पता चल चुकी है हमारी. बच्चे एक शॉट है, इफ यू कैन कट टू दिस शॉट जहाँ पर हरतीरथ भाग रहे थे, पीछे एक और अपने छोटू भाग रहे थे और उन्होंने पूरा ग्राउंड खो खो खेल रहे हैं बना दिया उन्होंने, पकड़म पकड़ाई. चोर पुलिस.
एंड आई विल गिव यू माय पर्सपेक्टिव. मेरे को था कि अगर मैं टर्न करूंगा ना तो मैं स्लो हो जाऊंगा. मेरे को याद है कि टीचर ने क्लास में बोला था, यू नो द फास्टेस्ट वे टू रन इज रनिंग इन अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. तो मुझे वो फिजिक्स की क्लास याद आ रही. तो हमने हरतीरथ सीधा ही भागियो. तो टर्न करेगा ना, यू विल बी स्लोइंग.
मतलब व्हाट अ बेस्ट टाइम टू थिंक अबाउट योर फिजिक्स इज दैट सीधा लाइन में भाग. आपको पता है ना पार्क खत्म भी होने वाला था.
तो लाइक कि आज हारेंगे नहीं, बट आई मीन बोथ ऑफ अस लॉस्ट.
दैट्स ट्रू. बट हे, वी आल्सो वन.
100%. Cute insert meme here or something. But you know, you've had a long journey from being an RJ to मेरे साथ बैठना आज. So when are we seeing you retire?
I feel retirement is a concept when you don't like what you're doing currently. So I feel like I'm living a very retired life. So I don't think I'm retiring. I think I've just retired, so I'm liking what I'm doing.
But on a very serious note, how have you overcome 2016? And I'll be very specific here.
We'll say it together. 3, 2, 1. Roast.
No, it's about your marriage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it must have been a very difficult period.
The marriage wasn't difficult. The divorce was the difficult part.
So could you tell us how did you overcome it? Because it will definitely mess up somebody's mental health. Is that the reason why we saw a delay in Son of Abish ka season as well? Because there was a gap, I remember.
Actually, उसकी phase में भी Son of Abish निकला था. Actually, मेरा divorce was much, I mean, credit where it's due. My ex-wife's family is super nice. Like when I mean super nice, we're all Christians. We're all from the same community. So they immediately were like, "Acha, how do we make it smooth as a transition for both children?" You know what I mean? It's not like how do you get a smooth transition for both children. So I felt very supported in the entire process from the opposite end, which is where mostly people are afraid of. What happens is उस पूरे process में it takes a huge toll on you, but not in a self-sympathetic, it takes a huge toll. Luckily, I was already in therapy, so it wasn't the crisis, so I had to go to therapy, so I pre-prepped that. Luckily, having a partner who was also then kind of understood it, so then the processes were easier. Usually it's become way worse.
So it wasn't very toxic, I would say. It ended on a good.
दोस्त थे ना पहले से, 14 साल दोस्त थे. तो उसके बाद जब हमने शादी की, So we were friends who got married. So I think that mutual respect didn't go. Till today, immense respect for what she does.
Okay, this has been heavy and intense.
For you.
हाँ मतलब lot of information, but tell me, what are the past associations with Sewa you've had?
I mean, इसको मैं कैसे बोलूँ यार, मतलब see ऐसा है तो ना, मैं डायरेक्टली कैमरा में देख के बोल रहा हूँ, देखो भाई, you have to give your time, at least pick a cause or something you feel for and find organizations and give your time, like he mentioned. If you can't give your time, just give a bit of money consistently, because ये inconsistent donations है, आपको तो अच्छा लगता ही है, but वो inconsistent से organization नहीं चलता. They need a certain amount of funding to buy grains, you have to buy books, or you have to buy art, whatever you need to buy. But आपने एक बार देखा आपका छुट्टी हो गया ना, then what happens is कि now they have to figure how to do. अगर आपको support करना है, do it for a year, do it for a much smaller amount, but find organizations to give money. Lockdown के time पे lots of people started doing it. अब क्यों भूल रहे हो? And I feel like that 10% wala concept, like you were also mentioning, if that's what you take back, at least from this episode, ki 10% de do. Time, yes, of course. But also figure out fundings to give. Personally, Mirko really affects me is when I see really old people on the streets. इन्होंने अपनी जिंदगी जी ली है, तो a lot of people don't give them attention.
Yeah,
but somewhat, I see my dad and my mum in them, in everyone, which is very odd.
So, I just went to Nizamuddin Dargah a couple of days ago because it was freezing cold in Delhi. And a lot of people asked me, yaar, a Sikh guy going to Nizamuddin Dargah to distribute blankets. And I was like, because I see the light of Guru Nanak in everybody, regardless of if you're a Muslim, a Christian, a Sikh, or a Hindu. मैंने कहा मेरे को राम अल्लाह हर जगह दिख रहा है. And if you're seeing your parents in everybody, I think you're on the right track. मेरे साथ भी हो जाए. I see Guru Nanak in everybody.
That's a good, I think instinctively that's where you lead to.
Yeah.
एक तो old people who are palliative care example is also something that I feel like has got a right place but not focused on much. Second is children, but in all spheres. So I have a lot of nephew and nieces. So मैं उनके साथ बहुत खेलता हूँ and keep sending them funny videos to their parents and animated videos उनको हंसाने के लिए. So I have friends' kids also. So I don't put as much stuff on Instagram as much as I do on family WhatsApp groups just to make weird videos. Send them. I have this character called
My name is Bobat. Nice to meet you. What are you doing? Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Now the thing is, everyone started looking at me and saying,
How are you doing? My name is Bobat.
I know that if that kind of silly impact does happen, then with my own family, थोड़ा बहुत तो I can kind of put across what I think, but वो मैं parents से approve करके लेता हूँ. जैसे आज भी जब हम kids से interact कर रहे थे, I was like, हिमांशु आप बताओ ये सही बोल रहे हैं नहीं बोल रहे हैं, because he's the elder.
Yeah.
So approve करके ही डालना है. So somehow I think older generation, the younger generation, comedically also, I can make them laugh much better than our generation.
I have one important question. During COVID, everybody was trying to give support in terms of oxygen, food, or the necessities. But you, on the other hand, decided कि यार ये मेरा domain है नहीं, ये मेरा skill है नहीं. I will do what I'm great at. You're great at comedy. मैं comedy सिखाऊंगा लोगों को, उससे funds raise करूंगा, and I will enable those who are very capable to do stuff on ground zero. मैं उनके लिए funds raise करूंगा, and I will support and enable them to do good work. And I wasn't aware of it before this episode that you did it for Hemkund Foundation as well.
गलत बंदे को credit दे रहे हो. Huge shout out to Nisha. Nisha had organized this and a few other people. सब अपने तरह से कुछ ना कुछ करना चाहते थे. हम सब भी अपने तरफ से छोटा मोटा कुछ कर रहे थे. फिर I think Nisha had spoken to Hemkund and tried to figure this workshop. So when she had asked also, उन्होंने पूछा, would you like to? And in my head I was like, don't ask, tell, because this is now exactly the domain where one can help. But I'm telling you, then it was a different perspective. After today is different, right? Because then मेरा था कि ठीक है वर्कशॉप दे देता हूँ, कैसे किसका लाइफ बचेगा. वर्कशॉप से ऑक्सीजन मिलता है? नहीं देता. फायदा क्या है इसका? So I think when she organized it and I saw so many people come, I was like, yo, पैसा तो definitely इन्होंने generate किया and I'm definitely sure it'll go to something good. So in that way I would say आप गलत बंदे को credit दे रहे हो, but I'll take it and I'll pass it on.
Yeah, you can pass it on. Okay, Abish, we could have done something else. Why were you pestering me and you were specific? कि अगर सेवा करनी है, it has to be with kids.
पहले जैसे आंसर किया था कि I think those are the two age brackets. much older who can't take care of themselves, and much younger who might not have the resources, or parents might not have the resources to take care of themselves. So because they feel need the most amount of seva. Second thing is because जिस organization के साथ हमने काम किया, Dharavi Art Room and Dharavi Art Library, the Dharavi
Art Foundation.
they run a library as well. Because I've worked with Himanshu and Aki, and the fact that they were doing good with the kids in that locality, so in connection, that connection was there.
Could this be a goal for 2023?
No, I don't have children of my own. Jab tak you don't get it. I have a lot of nephew and nieces, which is like, you know, guest lecturer in a family. तुम जाके कुछ बोल दो, मजा करो, निकल जाओ. But the parents have to take care of it. I feel like जब तक मेरे को correct guidance नहीं मिल सकता, I can't start it. I can start it tomorrow, but till there are people who are researchers in this field are not also in the same plane, I can't take that jump. And otherwise, I have to start my own science project, which is having a kid. So
The main question is, who will you have it with?
the main question is, who's lucky enough? Oh, hey, by the way, why should, again, a good question. I've also spoken about this, like not necessarily my own gene pool. I feel like I genuinely believe agar adoption is this excellent methodology, which is a mindset kabhi parents, partners, even yourself take some time to. Because adoption के टाइम पे भी लोग कब करते हैं जब अपना कुछ चिल्ड्रन नहीं हो सकता है. But I feel like won't it be an amazing world जहाँ पर in your youth you travel 10% of your time, now that I learned, give it to organizations consistently, not like life में कुछ देना है. Won't it be an amazing world जहाँ पर आप, if you see there are a lot more kids, so you don't have to adopt and become a parent also. Foster homes have this beautiful concept to it. I don't know how many people understand, even I don't. But वही है ना कि जब मैं बड़ा होऊंगा ना तब करूँगा. 35 का हो गया, बड़ा तो हो गया, अभी तक सोचा क्यों नहीं है मैंने ये. So these are some questions that do go through my mind, but फिर I don't know. वो mature बातें तब करेंगे जब मैं mature बन जाऊँगा.
But with all the love you've received, it's been a long journey. It's like शाहरुख खान बूढ़ा नहीं हो रहा है, अबीश भी बूढ़ा नहीं हो रहा है. I'm being very honest here. Did you feel you've gotten so much of love? कहीं ना कहीं you have the responsibility to give back to society.
Giving back to society has always been integrated in my lifestyle because of my parents. ये नहीं कि अरे मेरे को ऐसा है,
जितना प्यार मिल रहा है वापस देना है, वो
हाँ ऐसा नहीं. और प्लस on top of that, इतना प्यार जो मिला है किससे मिला है? Quoting my friend Veerdas in a special also landing, which he said that love is present all the time, hate is loud.
Yeah.
And like you said, I've been in this for some time, that I think the voices of hate have started resonating in my head more than than the presence of love. So when you say that the audience really loves you, I feel like they like my work. Like when someone says, I'm a fan of you, I'm like, you like my work. I like Moses Storm. I'm a fan of John Mayer. I'm a fan of Coldplay. So I feel like when you say love also, I feel like I feel it for sure. उसलिए मेरा career चल रहा है. Love के बिना नहीं चलता. But I don't know how to give back. Like, you know, to the audience. Because आप मेरे शो पे आपको मजा आया. Very good. किसी ने अगर मुझे मैसेज किया कि this show impacted me in this way, that I feel the love. That I'm like, yes. Numbers don't define it. A message does. और a comment does. But love, Son of Abish के लिए and Journey of a Joke के लिए मुझे लगा है लोगों ने किया है.
Talking about love for Son of Abish, when am I going to get that love?
For Son of Abish?
Yeah.
The love for it?
I mean, I think I should be a part of that love.
Yeah.
It should be distributed to me.
It should be distributed.
हाँ, it's like सेवा, it's like लंगर. थोड़ा सा इधर भी दे दो.
So you're saying that you are going to do Sewa on the show?
We could. I mean, we'll have to see how it works.
No, there is time is Sewa.
हाँ.
As we learned today. क्या बात है, क्या integration तो देखो time का. But yes, I have nicely deflected the question. But of course, I would love for you to have come on the show. I'll just need to figure when.
Figure the finance.
No, figure the when and figure which season.
Otherwise, आप हरतीरथ का देख सकते हो, सेवा विद हरतीरथ season 2. वही देखना पड़ेगा फिर.
How about this? How about Himku Foundation sponsor an episode?
Sir, हम charity करते हैं.
अरे हम भी तो वही कर रहे हैं. Okay, fair.
So I don't think that is happening, but maybe Son of Abish is sponsoring Sewa With Harteerath.
अरे
वो
क्या
जरूर होता है।
ये say this is probably the first time two people on camera are asking for money from each other. दोनों के पास पैसे
दोनों बैठे हुए हैं आराम से कि भैया नया सीजन निकालना है बट पैसे नहीं है.
Sewa With Harteerath can sponsor or Son of Abish can sponsor.
or we could club it in to save expenses. That is
एक्सेल शीट में अगर पैसे बच गए तो वो पैसे किसके हैं?
वो charity.
हाँ, exactly.
What is that one message for the youth you would like to give out, especially if you see where we are headed as a nation in today's day and age?
मेरे हिसाब से ना अभी जनरेशन काफ़ी डिफरेंट हो गया बिकॉज पहले जो जनरेशन 10-10 साल में जो अपना ट्रांजिशन होता था अब एवरी ईयर हो गया है. अब ये 5 साल का
पता नहीं
सब
कितने
हो गया.
जन निकल आए, जेन जी, जेन एक्स.
जो पैसा कमा रहे हैं दैट इज अ जनरेशन. द अर्निंग इनकम दैट्स द यूथ. द पीपल हु डू अर्न, हु हैव क्लेम, हु हैव कमांड, दैट इज द जनरेशन. अपना भी वही है. द ओनली थिंग इज कि अभी हम सुन नहीं रहे, अब बस हम बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि देयर इज अ सर्टन पार्ट ऑफ द यूथ दैट वाज बोर्न इनटू द इंटरनेट जहाँ पर हमको बस बोलना आता है, सुनना नहीं आता है. हम सुनते तब भी है जब कोई हम पे चिल्लाता है. आई फील लाइक दैट्स द वन थिंग आई वुड से इज कि अभी आई थिंक सब बोलने लगे हैं, अभी कोई सुन नहीं रहा है including us. I think that's what when you start earning money, आप बस बोलोगे, आपको सुनना नहीं है, माँ बाप के साथ फाइट हो रही है, पर जब टाइम आएगा सुनने का एक बार सुनो पेशेंटली. I think that's the only thing I'd say.
Abish, there was a point where we asked the kids, what is your, how do you consider seva? आपके लिए सेवा क्या है? And I think that really opened our eyes. I wouldn't say your eyes, but both of our eyes, you know.
I think that seva, charity are words that I get a little skeptical about because I don't want to capitalize charity like I said. I think you're comfortable with the word seva because you do a lot more seva. So when I ask kids, I thought वो भी मेरी तरह cynical ही होंगे. But then उन्होंने तो चट सब आंसर दे रहे. मतलब कोई तो बोलो I don't know. What I was able to see is that they want, some of them were imaginative, some of them were realistic. कोई एज ग्रुप का था. When they said hospital, going and helping out, I was like, oh, you can actually volunteer in a hospital, right? You might not give the injection, but you can help the staff, like in lockdown. Then someone said, go to Adivasi village and do it. I'm like, yeah, that's true. You can volunteer with organizations that do go and take grains, do all the support that is needed. Somebody else also said,
मैं अपने friend को help करूँगा.
मैं अपने friend को help करूँगा. Bro, that kid, when he said that, I was like, ये सेवा, ये भी तो सेवा है.
Because you're actually helping somebody out.
Like, you know, that was also interesting, right? Because I was like, क्या ही बोलेंगे? क्या, मतलब, what could it be? How far from reality of theirs or how true rooted to the reality could it be? It was grounded and it was also imaginative.
And you know, when we were eating the burgers together, एक बच्चा इस हाथ में था, and you know, I was just keeping hands on their shoulders, and the kid on my right said, भैया ये मेरी life का पहला burger, and that hit me really hard. This is reality, you know. We're blessed enough, fortunate enough. तो ये burger खिलाना भी सेवा ही है because he has experienced what a tasty burger is like. Probably after 10 years, when you become successful in life, he will have that same desire कि यार मेरे को किसी ने 10 साल पहले एक मैकडॉनल्ड्स का burger खिलाया था. Now I want everybody to experience that same thing.
After today, I genuinely want to ask Himanshu if it was impactful, and if you think as an elder who's taking care of their holistic development, if this was impactful, I had a great time. I would like to do this again.
I think that's our time. This is your host Abish Mathew on Son of Abish season. I don't know what this is. So thank you, Harteerath, for joining me.
जी क्या करें? Please make sure you fund Hemkund Foundation. It's sonofabish.donation.com.
But thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for having me, and also genuinely thank you to the crew and the team for putting up with the no, I don't want to do this. This I don't mind doing. This represents me clearly. For other shows, I'm not as cynical because conversation ही तो है. Here there's actual things that I believe in and do. So I'm so glad we were able to talk about the volunteering and donation as a head-to-head as opposed to only the donation or only the volunteering. And I'm sure there are perspectives हमको भी नहीं पता है. Leave it in the comments और बताओ कि अगर कुछ भी, what do you think is seva for you?
So thank you for watching and
Sewa with Harteerath and take